2.8 trillion parameters, open weights, sitting on a public download page right now for free. That is the largest open weight model anyone has ever shipped, and it landed 3 days ago. 48 hours later, somebody had it writing tokens on a laptop. A 2021 M1 Max with 64 gigs of RAM. The measured speed is 14.6 seconds, not tokens per second, seconds per single token. One word is about a minute of waiting. A short paragraph is most of an afternoon, and you sit there watching it. And the Hacker News thread went straight to war over whether that is impressive or completely pointless. The reason it runs at all. A mixture of experts model only touches a sliver of itself per token. Kimi K3 carries 896 experts per layer. It fires 16, 1.8%. But 16 experts across 92 layers still means 25.8 gigabytes RID per token. So 3 things to settle here. What actually shipped, what it costs to hold it, and whether any of it is useful. Start with the file, because the file is the story. 1.56 terabytes of weights, publicly downloadable. Kimi K3 is a mixture of experts model from Moonshot AI in Beijing. 2.8 trillion parameters total, 104 billion active on any given token, 93 layers, a vision encoder bolted on the front, and a context window of 1 million tokens. 69 of those 93 layers run something called Kimi Delta Attention. Instead of a key value cache that grows with every token you feed it, it holds a fixed size recurrent state with per channel forget gates. The other 24 layers are gated latent attention. That mix is why a million token window is even on the table at this size. 3 out of every 4 attention layers stop the cache from exploding, so the memory wall moves off the cache and onto the weights themselves. Hold on to that, it decides everything later. On the front-end code arena, real people voting on which model built the better interface, K3 sits at the top with an ELO of 1,679. Claude Fable 5 is second at 1631. GPT 5.6 Sol is third at 1618. It took first place in 6 of the 7 front-end categories they score: brand work, reference-based design, data and analytics, consumer product, simulations, and content tools. The one it lost was gaming, where Fable 5 still holds the edge. On the harder benchmarks, it is closer to a coin flip. GPQA Diamond, the graduate level science set, 93.5 for K3, 94.1 for Sol. Terminal Bench 2.1, which is agents doing real shell work, 88.3 against 88.8. But on Browse Comp, where the model has to go and find things on the live web, K3 takes it outright, 91.2 to 90.4. The license is not MIT, and that is worth reading before you build a company on it. Moonshot wrote their own document. You can download it, run it, fine-tune it, but commercial inference above $20 million of annual revenue triggers a separate arrangement with them. 99,000 downloads in a month, 8,500 likes on the model page. For a file, the overwhelming majority of those people cannot physically store. And for scale, the previous Kimi was around 1 trillion parameters. This is the steepest single-generation jump the open weight chart has seen. So why is a 2.8 trillion parameter model only 1.56 terabytes on disk? In bfloat 16, 2 bytes a parameter, it would be about 5.6. The format is MXFP4, 4-bit block floating point, where a group of weights shares one scale factor and each weight keeps 4 bits of its own. It is native on Blackwell and MI355 class silicon, which is the reason it exists, and it is applied selectively. The expert weights, which are the bulk of the model, go to 4 bits. Activations stay at MXFP8. The routers and the attention projections stay higher, because those are the parts where a rounding error turns into a wrong answer instead of a slightly worse one. The part 1 think matters most. Moonshot did not quantize this afterwards. They trained it that way. Quantization-Aware training running through supervised fine-tuning and reinforcement learning both, so the model learned to live at 4 bits rather than getting squeezed into them at the end. Which means the 4-bit file you download is the same precision the paid API serves you. Their co-founders confirmed exactly that in an AMA on the local AMA subreddit the day the weights went up. Then Unsloth shipped a quant ladder on top of it, which is the thing that turns a data center artifact into something a very determined person can attempt at home. The smallest build is UDIQ1_S at 594 gigabytes. 1-bit M is 649, 2-bit XXS is 711. 2-bit XL is 861, 4-bit lands at 1.51 terabytes, and 8-bit at 1.56, the same size as the original file, and you pay for every step down that ladder. The 1-bit S build agrees with the full model on 78.9% of next token picks. 2-bit XL gets that to 90.4. 4-bit is effectively the original. So the smallest file is also the one that argues with itself the most. One correction while we are here. You will see 555 gigabytes quoted for the 1-bit build in a few places. I went looking and could not find it on the published table. The number today is 594. Boring beats wrong, which brings us back to the laptop. The project is called Deltafin. It went up 2 days ago from a developer publishing as Gava Media. It is MIT licensed, and it is sitting on 274 stars as I record this. It splits the model in half, conceptually. There is a resident spine, the attention layers, the shared experts, the latent projections, the embeddings, about 114 gigabytes, quantized down to 60 in Int8, read layer by layer off local storage for every single token. And then there is everything else. 82,432 routed experts, roughly 1.45 terabytes of them, so Deltafin does not load them. For each token, the router names 16 experts per layer, and it reads exactly those, 1 HTTP range request per expert, 17.5 megabytes at a time, into a disk cache that grows as you use it. Do that arithmetic, and you get the number the whole project lives or dies on. 16 experts, 92 layers, 25.8 gigabytes of reading for one token, off a local SSD that is about 4 seconds. Streamed over the network instead, it is 3 minutes. Now the part that made me stop scrolling. The first working version took 2,429 seconds to produce a first token, 40 minutes for one token. The current benchmark on the same machine is 28 seconds. Steady decode went the same way. Roughly 20 minutes a token down to 14.6 seconds, about 82 times faster. And this is version 1 of a project that is 2 days old. The speedups are unglamorous and specific, which is how you know they are real. A fuse kernel that dequantizes MXFP4 and runs the matrix vector multiply in one pass, Neon on Apple Silicon, AVX2 on x86, an Int8 spine that halves the per token I/O, a packed output head worth 17% on its own. And it stays exact, greedy decoding, lossless ungrammed speculation, the same prompt producing the same tokens run after run. The limitations are stated plainly, which I appreciate. Greedy only. Temperature and top_P are ignored entirely. One request at a time. A second concurrent request gets a 429, and long prompts are expensive because prefill has to touch far more experts than decode does. You also need the disk, 1.7 terabytes for the full local install, and 5 to 10 hours to pull it down, or 215 gigabytes if you keep the cache small and stream the rest on demand, at 3 minutes a token. Somebody in the community ran the same code on an NVIDIA DGX Spark instead. bfloat 16 on CPU took 865 seconds. Int8 on CUDA took 221. So back to that thread. 136 points, 90 comments, and almost all of it is one argument having itself over and over. A commenter called See a Realist put the case against it about as bluntly as it can be put. No one will ever derive any utility from running models at this speed. Give me the use case. Give me the token counts. And the arithmetic is on his side. 1,000 output tokens at 14.6 seconds each is 4 hours of your machine doing nothing else. The same 1,000 tokens through Moonshot's API cost about 1.5 cents and arrive before you finish reading this sentence. The author's answer is the line I keep turning over. He said the interface matters more than the raw rate, and then added that he can probably only write about 1,000 good tokens in a day himself, which is either a dodge or the most useful sentence in the thread. A third commenter, SXX, reframed it completely. It is fun, and it answers the question of what happens if you wake up tomorrow and the data centers are gone. Weights on your own disk are the one version of a model that cannot be switched off from somewhere else, and the maintainer refuses to oversell it. The README says, in plain words, that this is a research artifact and not a practical chat setup. He calls it an existence proof and a test bed for streaming inference. That is the correct claim to make. Meanwhile, on the model page, somebody asked the obvious question, can I run this on my MacBook? The first replies were a stack of maybe 8 H200S, then 12 H200S, or 9 B200S. The third reply pointed straight at Deltafin, and noted the author had made a lot of progress in about 12 hours. If you want to serve it properly, one 8-way B300 node gives you around 2.3 terabytes of memory, which fits the weights plus the cache at 1 million tokens of context on a single machine. Even the smallest 1-bit quant asks for 610 gigabytes of RAM and VRAM combined before it will load. 2-bit XL wants 880, and here's the awkward bit of timing. Back in March, Apple pulled the 512GB option off the Mac Studio configurator entirely and raised the price of the 256 upgrade by $400. Memory shortage. The consumer ceiling is 256 now. So the one machine a person could reasonably own that almost held this model stopped being orderable in the same year the model shipped. The Frontier became downloadable and the hardware to run it got harder to buy. Both of those are true at the same time. K3 was not the only drop this week either. SK Telecom put AX-K2 on Hugging Face, 688 billion parameters, open weights, built in Korea, aimed squarely at manufacturing, defense, and biotech. Across 14 domestic and international benchmarks, it averages 32 points above the model it replaces, and its long context and agent scores moved by roughly 84. They have said the next one is aiming at the trillion mark. Line the shelf up and it looks nothing like it did in spring. Kimi K3 at 2.8 trillion. DeepSeek V4 Pro at 1.6, GLM 5.2 at 744 billion, with 40 billion active, smaller than K3, and still scoring above it on the Aggregate Intelligence Index. Parameter count stopped being the score a while ago, but the bottleneck did move, and that is the thing worth taking away. Getting hold of Frontier weights used to be the hard part, and now it is a download link. The hard part is having somewhere to put 1.5 terabytes and enough read bandwidth to pull 26 gigabytes for every token. 14.6 seconds a token is not a product, it is a receipt. It says the model is a file, the file is on your disk, and everything between that and a usable assistant is engineering rather than permission. And engineering is the thing that went 82 times faster in a fortnight. Deltafin, the Unsloth quants, and the model card are all linked below. If you have got the disk, the README is a good hour. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.